How you doing? I think there may be a 200-pound gorilla in the room with me. Or is it 600? Heck, I don't know. Anyhow, this guy looks reasonably friendly. Anyway, boy, have the energies ever been heavy for me. Whew! Been going through it. And, you know, I'm finding myself journaling, even in the messages I send back and forth with those I'm close to. The journal is expanding out into my whole life. I guess it's not really journaling. I guess it's just life and heart flow. So anyway, here's what I just discovered that represents this here big gorilla. Yeah, I'm big. Okay, I shared with you and I journaled. Actually, it went into a couple journals about this guy who I questioned one of his ideas, and he came out fighting. And I thought I'd kind of work through that. Not that I came up with great solutions or conclusions or anything, but I was in the energy and I worked with it. Well, but it didn't go away. Now, one of the reasons I noticed that was the messages that were being left for me. They just seemed to be telling me, hey, you're not finished with this. Take another look. And there were things that seemed just really obvious to other folks that I guess I had tried to brush off. So I just went through, or am going through, another layer and level of Miss Goody Two-Shoes. And I'm inviting her out. I didn't really come out and say things because, well, I think it's good to have caution when you're going to say something that could appear to be negative, that you think twice and don't just spit it out. Now, I would recognize in self maybe some imperfection with that, not being totally in the flow. Because admittedly, if one were completely flowing, then you just let fly. You know, like that temper tantrum I described. I fought that too. So, you know, just going through my paces here. We all have learning and growth to do. None of us is perfect yet. Even if we're creator gods, hey, you know, that's a divine thing. That's always perfect. The human, that's not, and don't expect it to be. It's fun to come into this level and go through our paces and learn and grow with the human that we wear. That's one way of looking at it. Okay, so I'm going to speak up a little bit more about this. I think. I don't know. You know, Goody Two-Shoes ain't totally gone. Okay. What's bothering me the most about this? I don't care that somebody gave me a face full of crap. You know, that didn't bother me then, and it doesn't bother me now. I didn't respond with any heat. I gave him time to cool off. I gave him a nice, warm, loving response, to which he never responded, but at least I didn't get another measure of crap, so, you know, that's an improvement. Now, if this was just another YouTuber, no big deal. Move on. It's over. But this guy isn't just another YouTuber. He has got hundreds and hundreds of videos up and sells himself as a light being and has a great deal of belief in himself and in his beliefs. From what I could tell, largely because he's being visited by ETs. angelics, he calls them. And, you know, if so, he's got such a large measure of ego going. So I really question, and that was the discussion I had wanted to get into with him, if I could have found an opening, if I could have found any readiness there. And I didn't, obviously. What bothers me is that he's a trap, just his presence on the web. Somebody that says he's a light being and he's got a message and all of that, and you scratch the surface and it's not very nice. And I feel bad about that because, you know, there are so many people, maybe like him, I don't know him at all to say, but there are so many people that want to believe in ET so much that they equate the advanced technology and the ability to appear in a light body, they equate that with spiritual advancement. Ain't necessarily so. There's one whole route that's being taken by a number of beings in our universe, and it's the techno route. It's the route that almost worships technology. If they don't exactly worship it, that's their path. And just like I studied, and class after class, course after course, degree after degree, I was pursuing what I thought was the highest path that way. I was seeking God through that. I know, sounds crazy. It wasn't divinity degrees, degrees. One of them was business admin. One was education, special ed. One was general studies. And what was the other one? I forgot. Isn't that? Oh, English. Yeah, English. The one I maybe care most about. But anyway, so I pursued the route of the mind that way. There are those that pursue the route of mind. There are those that pursue the route of heart. And there are those that pursue the route of technology. And think that by perfecting and learning more and more and doing bigger and better, that's the way into some kind of enlightenment or new age, happy time, whatever. You know, that fulfillment is along that route. Well, you know, you find good and bad, illumined and non-illumined folks on all of these paths. Just like you can't say all humans are good or all humans are bad, you can't say that about any other race or any path either. There will be people that find God through a path of Satanism. And be in heart, always be in heart with me, folks. Don't respond from your mind. I'm not interested in those kind of comments. Go back and listen from heart. Because God is everywhere. There's nowhere that God isn't. I read that omnipresence. And we're linked at the hip with everything. Quantum entanglement. And so we can't put off the dark side and say, oh no, I'm better than that. That's no part of me. God is everywhere. And you never know what your path is until and unless you walk it. For me, it's totally heart. I sing that song. That has been my way, and it's really been great. But even on the path of heart, you're not exempt from dealing with darkness. Even on the path of light, you know, if it wasn't for the darkness, there would be no contrast, and you wouldn't see anything. Nothing. You couldn't see a thing if it wasn't for the dark. It's the play of shadow and light that gives us this whole creation. Look at that from heart and see what I mean. All of this good and bad stuff, this is the 3D linear route, the route of mind. When we go into heart, it is possible to see the good in everything. Everything brings blessing. And so maybe, I mean, I don't intend to go back and say anything to this guy, but I'm just working out here my own stuff. See, it wouldn't do me any good to go back and speak with him. All of our darkness is our own. You know, I magnetized that guy into my life. And he has something to teach me, and I'm in the midst of learning it now. So I don't just write him off. I mean, I don't want to have a relationship with the guy, you know, and I do remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not married to this jerk. Hey, folks, things could always be worse. I don't care what you're facing. It could always be worse. So anyway, I guess I just wanted to come and acknowledge I guess maybe it's an 800-pound gorilla in the room. He's a big dude, huh? And that's that we can't paper over the darkness with a Band-Aid made of light and say, there, I've taken care of that. You know, we can't want to be this goody two-shoes that never says a cross word or a negative word about anything or anyone. That's not even real. And that'll bug you if you do that. See, that's what happened to me. It was bugging me. I've been under some heavy energy. Now, I'm not saying this is it. I won't know until I've worked through this, you know, and when I feel the real lightning, like my spirit just rises up in a helium balloon, well, then I'll be better able to say, yeah, got it right on. Meanwhile, this feels really great. To call a spade, a gorilla, and say, yeah, this guy acts like a jerk. God bless him. You know, I'm not giving his name out here. That's not my business to be doing, and it wouldn't be right. So I apologize, you know, if any of you want to know who this is. But the thing is, let's all have a caution. I probably listened to 20 or 30 of this guy's videos. And I didn't see this coming. I didn't feel it. Isn't that strange? There are things such as shields that beings put up and wear. I know some things are cloaked at times, and sometimes, by the way, you can, when you encounter an energy that won't reveal itself, you can tell it to uncloak. And if you give the command from your heart the right way, I have found that that's often what happens. The command of light must be answered. So anyway, I've learned a few things, and I'm hopeful that in my stumble-bumble way of learning this particular set of lessons, that there's benefit to you as well. Sure love you guys. Hey, no, I won't go there. I don't think I've been a gorilla before.